Hey there, it's Chris from Good Roads, and the weather where I'm at has started to get cooler, which means winter's on its way. I thought it would be as good a time as any to get back to my DIY rope tow project. You guys have been asking about it, and I want to get it done because I want it ready for the snow, and I kind of want it out of my garage. When we were last visiting this project, I had just welded up this frame, and while I'm really happy with how it came out, it felt a little wobbly, so the first thing I want to do is add some cross bracing. To do that, I'm drilling some holes in the U-beam using a step drill, and then I'm going to weld some rebar in place to cross brace the frame. I'm going to do 2 braces because, you know, triangles are the strongest shape in everything. I cut my bracing bar to length and got welding. I had some leftover bits of rebar sticking out, so I had to cut them flush with the rest of the frame. And then I started the process of going over the whole thing with a grinding wheel and flat disc because my welds are messy and I want to make them look a little bit cleaner. And when you put a flux core welder together with my complete level of inexperience when it comes to welding, you get some really messy welds. There was a lot of cleanup to do. Next thing I need to do is drill spaces in the frame for the axle of my bull wheel to mount through. 6 again. I think. Cool. Beautiful. It's a little loose, but we'll cinch it up. Very nice. Once both sides were drilled, I could seat the wheel home for the first time and see how it spins. So that is rad, dude. The way the frame's assembled right now, a bolt crashes into one of the cross beams that I put in place, so I need to make myself an idler wheel. To do that, I'm using this caster, which I'm going to replace the wheel with a 3D printed one, and then cut the frame of the caster down to size to get it out of the way of the belt and to make it look clean and tidy. I cut myself some spacers out of this brass tubing. And my idler wheel was done. Which is pretty exciting because that's all the components of the top end of my rope tow built. The next step is, for the first time, to assemble it all. I bolted down my gearbox and motor. Got my idler lined up and locked in place. And once the belt's wrapped around the pulleys, that's it. That's the whole powertrain of my lift, ready to go. Let's test it out. And contact.
It's not even loud. This is awesome. Got a proper set screw. Even quieter.
That works pretty dang good. Everything's running smoothly and it is relatively quiet, which is what I was shooting for when I decided to make this lift electric. The bull wheel has what I think will be a nice comfortable range of speeds for getting pulled up the hill, and I do have some control over that because of the treadmill motor I'm using. This machine's going to live outside, so the last step of building the top of my rope tow is going to be to give it a nice protective coat of paint, and also build a hood to keep the weather off all the electronics. And you know what? This piece is looking so nice, it'd be a shame not to give it a name. So I masked off some lettering. Hit it with a nice contrast color. Peeled off my paint. There it is, the season pass, because no matter the weather, no matter COVID lockdowns or restrictions or skyrocketing lift ticket prices, now, as long as there's snow on the ground, I'll be able to ride. Not to mention that I'll be able to use the other 3/4 of the year for mountain boarding. So that's the top end and most important, most complex part of my rope tow done. At this point, I've sunk a ton of work into this, and I'm still not even sure if it's gonna work. I haven't had a chance to test it yet. So I think the next step in the project is gonna be, first of all, to sort out rope. And then I need to figure out a situation for the lower wheel of my lift. And I think in order to get some testing done as fast as possible, I'm gonna do something temporary for that just to see if the whole system works before I commit to something that is more robust, better built, and more permanent. So that's what we'll be doing when we come back to this project next. Should be in pretty short order because I am trying to get it done before winter steps in. So if you're interested in seeing how that works out, just go ahead and subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. Huge shout out as always to my supporters over on Patreon. They're the ones keeping the channel afloat. If you'd like to pitch in and help me keep making awesome DIY board sport projects like this, you can grab yourself something from the shop or consider joining the Patreon yourself. There'll be a link for both of those down in the description below. As always, I love having you all along for the ride. So until next time, I'll see you soon.